guys about is business. Is where business is going to be done and the playing field that you need to be a part of. And instead of being scared or dismissive, what you need to recognize is the obnoxious opportunity, because the cost of entry is zero. Zero. You can build brand and content for zero. People come into your world, you make real relationships. What I know is this though. After you read the book, or if you go into my website and watch the videos and devour some of more of the details of what I'm talking about, I know that 95% of the people in this room will lose in this new world. You know why? Because they're not willing to work hard enough. Because what I know is this, we got real soft. Last October, a year ago today, people were screaming and panicking. It's the depression. It's the depression. Nobody was outside eating food out of the trash. What happened is we got soft. People were upset because they wanted to buy a 59-inch television screen that December. Buy your 34-inch screen, shut up, and get to work. That's what I said. And more importantly, I love the fact that we live in a day and age where sweat equity can compete against straight cash. Where big brands are struggling to win and small entrepreneurs are winning every day, because the rules are no longer impressions. Because as eyeballs shift from TV and radio and well, ears and radio and newspaper, all of a sudden, where we have to tell our message, the cost is the same. So me versus Coke, same game. I can just outwork them, but most of all, I can outcare them. And so what I really hope that anybody leaves this room with is this. 2010, we're all in the same business. Customer service. That's where it's going. It's going to the customer service game, because your business will scale on the words of your consumers, and your consumer's voice and their words can travel in an unparalleled way. Period. End of story. Not complicated. And the places where you can tell your story and where you can activate those customers don't cost you anything. See, social media, by the way, it was called Web 2.0 2 years ago, and next year it's going to be called media. Social media is interesting because you know what it is? It's a cocktail party. And if you treat it as one, you'll win. You don't roll up in a cocktail party and start handing out flyers or business cards. Then you become the spam guy. Nobody likes you. Too many people are just trying to close, like they're 19-year-old dudes. You need to take some time. Just a little. Just a little. And so what's imperative is this. What's imperative is to understand what's happening here, which is this. Every voice and every brand will be playing in this space. They are now, quickly. The fact that you can play as well. The fact that if you don't know, this is probably the most important thing I'm going to say, so everybody's got pen and papers, you want to write down this site. Because a lot of people are like, oh, I don't understand these sites, I don't get it, like, how do I upload a video? What's WordPress blogging? Is that the same as a website? All these details that scare you, because I'm going global here, and then you want the details, how do I execute? There's a very important site that you guys should all know. You probably haven't heard about it. It's called Google. GOOGLE.com. It's crazy. Here's what you can do. You can type in, how do I upload a video to my blog? And hit enter. And at zero cost, they'll tell you. And even scarier, YouTube, which, oh, by the way, has quickly become the second biggest search engine in the world. YouTube, you can type in, how do I use a flip cam? How do I use Twitter? And they'll actually give you a video tutorial, which I know for a lot of us is an easier way to go about it. See, what I know is this. This is not about age. I don't want to hear, I'm too old, or please don't say to me, I didn't grow up with these things. You didn't grow up driving either. You figured it out. People are drawing lines in the sand and are making excuses. How many people in this room intend on retiring in the next 24 months? Not because, don't know 18-year-olds saying, yeah, I'm going to crush it. I mean, you physically think you're going to be out of business in the next 2 years. Raise your hand. One. Congratulations. Everybody besides that gentleman, you're more than welcome to leave or close your ears, but please listen, please. Everybody else needs to pay attention real fast and real hard, because the landscape is moving so quickly. These things are happening fast. 5 years ago, no Twitter. 5 years ago, it's called thefacebook.com. and it was for just college kids and you needed a .edu. Mobile is coming very quickly, my friends. Every one of you is going to have to understand the mobile game because it is going to be the player. Next year, I'll be standing up here and I'm going to be talking to you about Google Wave. And I'm going to be talking to you about dailybooth.com and why Tumblr is important and why Ustream and live video is the game and why augmented reality in your iPhones and Android is important. All this jibber jabber that you guys are completely dismissing right now, like, screw that. I get it. But the fact of the matter is this. The eyeballs are shifting and they're going one place and they're going into computers. And do you know how fast it happens? Who, by the way, buys desktop computers anymore for their own? I mean, think about how fast that happened. You buy a laptop at the highest cost. Soon it's going to be tablets. Things will continue to change. They always have. Just like when you didn't want to have a cell phone. Just like when you said you'd never have a Facebook page. Just like when people used to smoke right next to you in the airplane. Culture is shifting. It's happening quickly. What happens when every place you go has wireless internet? Because it's coming. How does that impact the game? How does that impact people's buying decisions? What happens when I take out my iPhone? And by the way, this one's really close, and this one's going to freak you guys out. When I look at somebody as if I was taking a picture, and we used augmented data to understand the face recognition of the person, and it tells you everything about this person. No more lying, fellas, if you're married. Sucks, right? So, you know, these things are coming, and they're coming fast. They all lead to one place. The truth wins, and bad loses. Now, that sounds great. There's plenty of bad things. All the silly things that our grandparents did, all the wrong things they did, lost. Lost in history. Everything that we do, known forever. Which is why I tell everybody, and why the first video I ever made about business and the movements and all this stuff was legacy is greater than currency. Every business decision I make today is strictly based on knowing that my grandkids and my great-grandkids are going to know everything I did. And the quicker people think about that and understand that, the quicker they're going to run better businesses. See, what I know is that I won more money on betting that my book would be on the New York Times bestseller list than I did in getting the darn advance. And the reason so many people didn't think it would was because of two major factors. One, old media people said, your fans aren't going to buy the book. You give away so much for free. You give away 800 episodes of My Library TV, free. You've done 100 business videos, free. All your keynotes are on the internet, for free. You email and this, you're too available. You have no limit. It's free. All the new media people told me it wouldn't do well because they've seen all the other social media experts' books not do well. What I knew was that I had real relationships. What I know is that you guys are all living in a new economy, and it's called the thank you economy. What I know is that people bought not only one book, but 6 or 7, because they were thanking me. They were thanking me for the 800 free episodes. They were thanking me for the 100 free videos. They were thanking me for answering the 1,000 emails a day that I answer. How many people in here, don't lie, don't answer all the emails they get? Raise your hand. Thanks for the honesty. For somebody to take the time and send you an email, no matter what, I know people that don't reply to people on Twitter if they don't have enough followers. This whole numbers game, insanity. If somebody takes enough time to care about you, to email you or ask you a question, you owe it to them to give it back. That's customer service rules. Small town rules, guys. Baker's dozen. You ever hear of it? You know why that happened? Because the baker in town